Session 9. We are heading to the end of this semester. Now, in this session, I would like to talk about, how to recruit and train, evaluate civil servant in the public sector. Recruiting good civil servant is not the end of the story, but if you look at this, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, and East Asian tigers, they all selected and recruited very good, talented civil servants to the public sector. Now, I think Vietnam is in somewhat different situation. In this session, we will talk about how to recruit, train, and transfer civil servants in the public sector, in theory and practice. So, in this session, I will give a lecture on how to manage human resource and how to classify jobs to manage the talent civil servant effectively. And then I will discuss recruitment with the merit-based principle, as well as the kind of merit-based training system in the public sector as well. Now, as you can see in this slide 3, human resource management has been the institutional building blocks of the modern state. Every modern state have effectively managed, human resource in the public sector. And there are some core principles in recruiting and training civil servants, right? First, it must have a kind of a merit-based system. Your promotion, your recruitment, reward should not depend on your relationship, personal relationship with your boss or leader of the government, right? And principle of professionalism. Civil service system should be professional and should be independent from any political influence. Integrity and cleanness, impartiality and transparency, and the mindset to serve the public is the important institutional foundation, building blocks of the modern state. If your government doesn't have these kind of principles, it is hard to say it is a modern state, okay? And as you can see in the diagram, human resource management in the public sector actually is divided into several steps. First, recruitment, training, right? And evaluating, managing, and rewarding. Your government must have this kind of process in human resource management. And also, as you guys know, Vietnamese government also have this kind of steps. But at the same time, there should be a kind of institutional foundation. Your government must have a career-based civil service system, which is a stable civil service system. That means whether your government is experience political change or not, there must be a stable civil service system, right? And also the promotion, recruitment, rewarding, all this kind of stuff actually must depend on, your merit. You must have a capacity. Your promotion must be decided by your the performance, and your capacity, ability to do work, right? Not based on the relationship with your boss, your leadership, and so forth, or bribery, right? That means merit-based principle dominate your human resource management of the government. And lastly, your government must have kind of a job classification system, right? If the government recruits anybody and let them do any work in the government, it's not a modern types of human resource management system in modern state. Okay, so we will explore some of the important aspects of this human resource management in Session 9, 10, and 11. Okay? So let's talk about job classification in slide 4. A proper and systematic classification of personnel management system is very, very important for the management of the civil service system in the modern state. So in particular, whether your government position needs a generalist who can do any kind of job, or a professional, right, who are specialized into specific policy or management area, actually decide the relevance of civil service system in your government. So broadly speaking, as you can see in this diagram, human resource management system in the public sector is divided into 2 types of classification system. One is career-based classification. This means, we will explore this later, but this means that your recruitment, once you're recruited by the government, right, as your years pass along, right, you may promote after like 5 years to the next position. And your salary increase little by little every year, right? And your rank, actually, it depends on the years of service in the government. And this kind of career-based classification actually produce and nurture kind of a generalist civil servant, not the special or professional civil servant. And this system is widely adopted by some countries like the UK, right? Malaysia, Laos, Germany, and so forth. The other one is professional and job-based classification. So position-based classification means that, same position must have a kind of, if the job is similarly difficult, require professional knowledge and a high level of techniques, then the workers in the same position must be paid equally. Right? Your job characteristics decide the promotion, salary, and rewards. Right? So position-based classification is another important way of classifying government jobs. So usually we can divide the classification system into 2 categories, career-based and position-based system. So this is widely accepted by the US, Japan, Philippines, and Canada and so forth. But most of the countries actually have a mixed system. Vietnam also have this career-based and position-based job classification system, but mostly depends on this career-based. We will discuss some in more detail in actual session of the class. Thank you very much.